Bruce just looked right into the camera lens.
My last name is Lee, Bruce Lee. To the eyes, you would use fingers. Don't worry. To the eyes, all straight at the face, from the waist, everything on.
Bruce Lee, I was definitely a fan from a young age.
Start off.
My dad used to have all the Bruce Lee tapes playing, and I think that's kind of where I became a huge Bruce Lee fan. Saw all the movies, Enter the Dragon.
I gather you still don't have enough to bust up his operation.
A martial arts expert and film star, Bruce Lee was also a philosopher whose writings had a profound effect on the father-son football duo of Ed and Christian McCaffrey.
I loved the movies because of the action, but when I really dove into, what he was saying, I became really fascinated by it because I felt that, a lot of what he said was true, and I think a lot of it went against the grain for his time.
I thought Bruce Lee was brilliant and had a lot of wonderful theories and was an expert at controlling breathing, but also charging your body even while at rest. You're on the line of scrimmage. How do you get your body, without jumping off sides and having a false start, ready to go while you're moving, while it looks like you're stationary, and then you're exploding from a static position?
You have to train. You have to keep your reflexes so that when you want it, it's there.
There was a famous, 1-inch punch that he had where he generated an incredible amount of power in such a short amount of space. And that's very applicable to the sport of football.
When you want to move, you're moving. And when you move, you are determined to move. Not taking 1 inch, not anything less than that. If I want to punch, I'm gonna do it, man.
He was definitely ahead of his time. I think the way he trained, his philosophy on life was something to be idolized and something to be modeled after.
You push it out, but all the time you are keeping the continuity going. Bending, stretching, everything.
What are some of the favorite quotes you apply?
He says, "Be formless, shapeless like water."
Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
I love that quote, and it kind of ties into another quote I love when he says, "Notice the stiffest tree is always the first to break, but the bamboo and the willow bend with the wind." That obviously can be applied to life, but in athletics, I've never been the biggest, strongest guy out there, and that quote makes a lot of sense to me. The bamboo and the willow, not the biggest, but they bend with the wind, and being able to shift your body into different movements and kind of go with the flow.
McCaffrey makes sure people know how important Lee's words are to him, whether it's with his Twitter background, social media posts about Lee's philosophies, or with the clothes he wears.
How do you apply his quotes, his teachings in your daily life?
I've always been a competitor, always been somebody who wants to win, and sometimes I get really upset and I get really hard on myself and down on myself. And he talks about being calm and being balanced, and I constantly remind myself of those things, whether it's in the game or in life, and continue to move on, continue to become the person that you set out to be.
Running water never grows stale, so you gotta just keep on flowing.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.